Welcome to Lucas Oil Speedway, site of tonight's Fort Worth Screen Playing Dirt Street Sec 4 race. Drivers parking wherever they want, because drivers be drivers. Hi, William. Welcome on in. Well, let's get this thing started. Drivers going to get a random draw in qualifying. The underlined colors associating different battles throughout the field. 11 cars here tonight. Pretty good field for our dirt street stocks, including all 8 of our playoff contenders. Keep in mind Lafayette in the 00 is in the orange contention. We just can't get zeros to pick up in the spreadsheet, so he is battling Blake Giglio in the 16. Deep, 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 deep. Wait for everybody to get out there.
Why am I on pole? Why am I on pole? Why?
Welcome to the series, Scott. Scott starting on pole in his Hall of Fame car. Starting second will be Damon Nagel in the Trevor Project machine. Nathan Lafayette in the Penguin car rolls off in the 3rd spot. Brad Wilson's Shine machine starts 4th. Hayden Lowell in the Napa car in 5th. Ian Montrose in the Boom. It started in the 6th spot. Blake Giglio, the M9 Performance car in 7th. Scott Elston, the Proline machine, starts in 8th. Trevor Trago, Juan Goon's car in 9th. Lucas Hoytsma, not related to the Lucas Oil Speedway people, starts in the 10th spot. And Cody Ernest, he'll start 11th. 3 of the cars going to the back. They are Trevor Trago, Blake Giglio, and I believe Lucas. Well, there you go. Those 3 cars, or was it Cody Ernest? It might have been Ernest. They're starting towards the tail either way. Apparently it was Brad Wilson. He's rolling back that way. What do I know? I don't read. So there you go. They're lined up where they're going to start here. Lights are out on our pace truck. So our 3 EOLs are to the back. Scott Rankin, first time in the series, starts on pole. Here we go.
So restarts are middle of green 4. This star is on green.
Green flag is out. Scott Rankin trying to hold off the field in his first ever dirt street stock start. There's quite a lot of friends around him. Damon Nagel around the outside. Nathan Lafayette looking inside. Damon Nagel surges to the lead. Scott Rankin trying to hold on a second. Lafayette and the 56 Hayden Lowell make contact. 3 wide battling for that 3rd spot. Lafayette, Hayden Lowell continue to make contact. Trevor Trago gets out of shape behind Brad Wilson. I believe Lucas Oisman just gave Ian Montrose a little nudge. Hayden unable to make that bottom line work as Lafayette holds on to the 3rd spot. Now Ian Montrose trying to go on the outside of the Napa car. He's got his Mad Bomber working that outside line. Top 3, Nagel, Rankin, Lafayette. Then a who's who battle going on here in the middle. And 3 of the winners against drivers in SRL history, Hayden Lowell, Blake Giglio, Lucas Hoytsma, all right there together. Then Cody Ernest, fantastic dirt driver, bouncing off of him, going to the very bottom 3 wide. Blake Giglio was a double feature winner last week. If he won triple in 2 races, I'd be freaking impressed. 4 wide we go for that 5th position as Lafayette's about to fade back into that battle. Amazed everyone's kept it mostly clean, just a few little bumper and door bangs, no serious cars going around or anything. Like Cody Ernest, a little bit of nose damage. Damon Nagel enjoying the lead. Scott Rankin putting pressure on for 2nd, then a bit of a gap back to Ian Montrose 3rd. This is not the only race tonight. We got 2 races for you tonight. Xfinity after this one. This is our warm-up race. Deciding which 4 cars contend for a championship next week. Oh no, Ernest has gone around along with Scott Elston. Those 2 are in contention to try and make the next round in the playoffs, so that's not helpful for them. Scott Rankin trying to use that high lane to get momentum here on the leader, Damon Nagel. So we got a battle for the lead heating up. And And Scott going to look back to the inside. Doesn't want to go that way. He'd rather have the top. He's trying to keep it wound up at the top. Only contact has been by lol. Shocker, says avid racer fan. Early on, yes, that was true, but it's been a lot more since. Probably said that comment a few laps ago. Scott's gotten to the back of Nagel. Nagel's moved up, though, and Scott hasn't found anywhere to run outside of the lead high lane. Montrose is running up high. Lowell's up high. Here comes Blake trying to throw a slider on his teammate Hoytsma. Hoytsma having none of it. Keeps it wound up and holds on to the spot. Blake trying to take that fourth spot away. The Brad Wilson in the Shine Machine. Not made a lot of progress. Back there battling Nathan Lafayette. Or Hoytsma and Wilson are locked up in a battle. So if Giglio stays between them, that'll be advantage Hoytsma. Hoytsma came in 15 points behind Wilson. Trevor Trago running ninth. In the two cars ahead, Contact and Spun, Cody Ernest and Scott Elston, 10th and 11th. Looks like we've gone mostly single file. Blake still trying to make up ground on that inside. But otherwise, we've turned it into a train around the top here, right around halfway. Now even Blake goes to the top. Somebody's going to have to find something if we want to get some passes done. Here goes Hayden to the bottom. He's going to try to slide Ian Montrose. Gets it across the nose. Montrose with the quick cut back. Gets back to the inside, and at least we saw someone try to pass. It was exciting for a brief moment. Thank you, Hayden. Blake back to the bottom. He's not going to get clear, though. Hayden gets over the cushion there, and that's going to give Lucas Hoytsma the spot. So a mistake from the 56 costs him 2 positions. He's going to give a push to Blake coming out of the corner. Now there's 2 cars between Lucas Hoytsma and Brad Wilson. That is not good for the Shine car. He's going to have to try and find a way past Hayden here. Doesn't want to give up any positions to Lucas as those two battle closely in the points. Coming in, Scott Elston and Damon Nagel were 5 points apart, but right now Damon Nagel leads and Scott Elston's last, so that is very ungood for Scott Elston. We stay locked in on this mid-pack battle. They're just having a good time. Lucas and Blake have really been... Oh no, Ian Montrose up and over the berm. That's going to allow Lucas by another mistake. The same mistake actually that Scott Rankin made. Same thing Hayden did. Got out of shape for one corner, lost 2 spots. The 49's falling back off of race leader David Nagels. He went over the cushion a little bit. These guys are so close together. Hayden actually getting a drag race going on with Ian Montrose. Even gave him a nudge into the corner. Brad Wilson trying to get in there in the Shine cars. He sees Lucas gaining positions. Lucas up to that 3rd spot. So he's going to get around the outside of teammate Giglio and hang on to 3rd. He's caught up to the bat of Scott Rankin. 10 laps to go in feature number 1. We'll add 10 laps, invert the field, and do it again for feature 2. Very tight quarters there between Blake and Lucas. Blake knows with Lafayette stuck back in the field, all he really has to do is have a solid finish. So he can help Lucas if he wants to. Lucas bangs doors with the 49 of Scott Rankin, sends Scott up and over the berm. Well, Lucas moves up to 3rd, but Blake Giglio edged him there for 2nd. Montrose gets by Scott Rankin. Scott cutting it back to the inside. He's going to try the bottom here. No good for the 49. May actually hold up the 51 on corner exit. Brad Wilson's going to lose a spot as a result of that. And Wilson trying to catch up to Hoytsma. He can see him, but he just can't get the car going. There's Scott trying to give him a push. Wilson had to hang on to it. I don't know if that was an effort to be friendly or an effort to be not friendly. As Brad Wilson and Hayden all get together, they're going to go into the grass, and, well, I think Hayden just kind of finished it off there at the end. We stay green somehow. That was something. Brad Wilson, Hayden Lull, And that is going to be a huge help to Lucas Huisma. He gets 4 spots over Brad Wilson. Blake Giglio leads Lafayette. Huisma leads Wilson. Montrose leads Ernest. And Damon Nagel, a huge lead on Scott Elston. 4 laps to go. Let's check in on Damon Nagel. There's the Trevor Project machine, black and pink. Not really been contested much this race. Crosses the stripe. 2 laps to go for our race leader. We look back at the field from race leader David Nagel. Plenty of room over Blake Giglio.
I would have meatballed anybody else.
I'm sure he's disappointed that something didn't take a competitor out.
It looked like I hit it, but I just turned off it. That was cool.
And there you go. Damon Nagel off the final turn. Picks up the win. Blake Giglio will finish second. Lucas Huisma third. Ian Montrose fourth. Scott Rankin fifth. Hayden Lowell sixth. Brad Wilson seventh. Nathan Lafayette eighth. Trevor Trago ninth. Cody Ernest 10th. And eventually Scott Elston will bring it home in 11th. There you go. Nagel, Giglio, Huisma.
Sorry about that too. I just driving over my head.
And we go to warm up so we can have a quick chat with our drivers. Did I find him? Eventually I'll find him.
Must have been the wrong head, huh?
Oh dear. Oh dear. Let's try to track down Damon Nagel. Damon, DG, you got a copy? No, I won't push talk. It's not going to help very much.
Hello?
Damon, DG, you got a copy?
Yes, I do.
Well, you got yourself a win there in feature number 1. How good did that feel?
That felt really good. I was worried for a little bit when Scott was on my back, but he made a mistake, so I was able to pull away. I was glad that Blake didn't get past everyone until, what, 5 laps to go or something? I don't know if I would have been able to hold him off.
What's an ABAC?
I wanted to say ass, but then I decided not to.
And then you pretty much said it and made it awkward, so then we had to say it. And you know, I don't appreciate your fucking cussing in my interview, okay?
Okay.
Well, congrats on the win. Looked like it was nice and smooth out there. Looked like almost became 1-lane track there to the top. You think that's going to change in feature 2?
I think it will a little bit, but I'm kind of hoping the middle stays where it was because I liked that line a lot.
And 4, we'll see how it works. Is you have to come through the field now from the back, and well, Scott Elston's gonna be starting on pole. Do you think it maybe a little bit of strategy by him to start up front?
I don't think so. He was really upset he finished last.
There we go. Well, he has to hope now that the tables turn and
He
you
needs
get
to
last.
win.
Yeah. All right. Good luck, sir.
Thank you.
Drop Damon back down in his chat. Try to track down Giglio. Blake, DG, got a copy?
How's it going?
It's going good. You got a nice strong P2 there and should already be enough to move on to the next round, but we'll see how you battle Lafayette here in the final round of the playoffs. Not a lot going on in that race. Seemed like everything got to the top. You kept trying it at the bottom, but not a lot going on.
Yeah, you really couldn't pass in that first one, which made it real hard to come from the back, for sure. We were catching them there at the end. I think we're gonna have a good shot here in the second one. I think if the more the track wears, the better I think I'm gonna get. So, you know, shout out to Damon there. He really deserved that one. He kind of just put that thing on cruise control and drove away to start that race. So, shout out to him for winning that one, and hopefully we can beat him here in the second one.
Yeah, you think it's gonna develop middle or low? Where's it gonna come in?
I don't know. I want to say bottom, but I've been wrong before. So.
Once or twice.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens.
Congrats on that P2. You got your shout-outs real quick?
Yeah, shout out to you, CC Racing, Logic Esports, Online Performance, everyone that puts on this league, and let's get this thing done here in the second one.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
Damon.
Yeah.
Shout-outs, go.
Trevor Project, you for broadcasting, Scott for letting me do this, and I forget who else is on my car. Out front, Minnesota.
And I'll pretend that I didn't see those brackets earlier. Okay, bye.
Bye.
Lucas DG, I copy.
Yep.
P3 run for that first feature. You got to come from the back, and well, it's like 8 cars ahead of you, and passing's at a premium. What's it going to take to get it done in feature 2?
Well, I'm just looking at that 51 car, and I'm feeling really good getting 4 spots on him in this one. That puts me right where I need to be to make up some points on him. And yeah, that's all I'm worried about right now is getting in front of Bradley, because I feel really good if I can get past him. But passing is so hard at this track right now. I really hope the track changes, because if not, it's just going to be single file again.
10-4. Well, good luck in feature number 2. Got your shout outs for that P3 in feature 1?
Yeah, just shout out to everybody for making it go green, and shout out to you for broadcasting, and let's have a good feature 2.
10-4. Good luck.
Thank you.
Lucas Weissman, the 97. That was our top 3 finishers in feature number 1. Blake Giglio, so far fastest in feature number 2. And there is the 16 in warm-ups. Ran second in feature number 1. Currently the quickest in this warm-up. Brad Wilson, second quick. And you got Scott Rankin. He started on pole in his first ever race in the Dirt Street Stocks. He'll be third quick overall. Only 3 cars have put an official lap time down. There's Trevor Trago out there in the Purple Goons car. Here comes teammate Scott right up behind him. Nathan Lafayette. Don't know what he's doing. Final 10 seconds of warm-up. We're going to head into our second feature. We're going to add 10 laps and invert the whole field from 1 to 11. And here we go. Should make your pole sitter Scott Elston. Once it decides it's done doing what it wants to do. Get us all situated, switched around, flippy floppy. Driver's starting to grid up on the track. We'll grid up with them as we get closer and closer to the front until we get a Scott Elston on track. There we go. Right behind the pace truck, watching the field get their cars pushed out onto the racetrack. Not a lot of time in these. You get about 60 seconds to get your car to the grid, so it's a good thing it's a short track. Crews don't have far to push these cars. Scott Elston will be your pole sitter in the Pro Line Chevy. Cody Ernest, TNT Racing Chevy, starts in second. Trevor Trago, the Wanted Goons car, starts third. Nathan Lafayette in the Penguin Travel Services machine in fourth. Brad Wilson, the Shine machine, starts in the fifth spot. Hayden Knoll, the Napa Chevy, in sixth. Scott Rankin, NASCAR Hall of Fame car, in seventh. Ian Montrose, he's got the old classic Warthog paint scheme going on in the 8th spot. Lucas Hoyce with a 712 Brakes Camaro in the 9th spot. Blake Giglio, by virtue of finishing second in the last feature, he'll start in 10th. And Damon Nagel won the last feature, gets to start shotgun on the field. Last and 11th for that machine. Pretty much all the drivers needed to finish the way it is right now. After that first feature to nullify what they lost. The cars up at the front really need to stay up here. Pace truck takes the launch out of the racing surface. Scott Elston going to bring us to the green. Work their way down the backstretch. First start, they have to wait for the green flag. The rest of them are on the leader between 3 and 4. Green flag is out, and we are underway here in feature number 2. Immediately, the 00 around the outside of Cody Ernest. Ernest makes contact with the 91 Trevor Trago. Hayden Lowell's bouncing off of Brad Wilson. Wilson gets down into some folks, and Lucas Hoytsma gets what he wanted. He is up ahead of Brad Wilson. Blake Giglio right there making a little contact. Scott Rankin having a little bit of a slide, but Lucas Hoytsma, a great start for him. Immediately jumped over Brad Wilson, and that should be all he needs to move on to the Final Four if he can stay there. Cody Ernest, by virtue of missing last week, was in a pretty hopeless situation, but he's out there trying to make the best of it. There's contact between Lafayette and Hoytsman. The 00 is going to go around in the middle of the field, and that should have brought out our caution, but hasn't. Interesting. Lafayette towed the car, and racetrack is clear. Trevor Trago fighting Cody Ernest at the front of the field. The 91 and 88 as Brad Wilson makes contact. I believe that was with the 35, Scott Elston. And Scott Rankin gets into Brad Wilson and tries to turn him back straight. Lucas Heusma all the way up to second. It's gotten by Cody Ernest. Blake Giglio trying to take that from him. Blake right around the tires. The two teammates battled door to door. And Blake going to clear. Take that second spot away from teammate Lucas Heusma. So the bottom definitely coming in. Trevor Trago wrapping it low. The race leader, Giglio and Heusma also down low. Ernest is down there. We're used to that. Now Ernest goes back to the top trying to find anything. Racetrack starting to wear in. Get multiple grooves of racing going on. Scott Elston, Hayden Lowell, Ian Montrose for 3 wide. That is the battle for 5th. Lafayette has rejoined the race. Unfortunately now shown 4 laps down. Very difficult to get your laps back here. Caution laps don't count. Montrose slided up the hill, gets the fender into Hayden Lowell in the 56, and they get kind of crossed up on the steering, which causes Elston to get out of shape. Elston's battling Damon Nagel. That is a playoff fight right there. The 2 cars with the pink banners, pink spoilers.
They're good. I've done my fair share.
Brad Wilson trying to rebound. He's made his way back up to 6th. Damon Nagel, last feature winner. Starting to come up from the tail end of the field. Scott Elston started on pole, falling back through the field. Not good for Scott Elston's chances of moving on. He came in here in a very tight fight with Damon Nagel, and with Nagel beating him twice tonight, probably going to seal it for Damon Nagel. Wilson and Montrose battling low and middle, causing Wilson to really have to cut the wheel there and keep his back end from rotating too much.
That's twice.
Scott Elston, Cody Ernest, and oh my, he just dumped Scott Elston.
That was for Taylor Pratt.
Wow.
3 times a lady.
He just flat out wrecked Scott down the backstretch. Put him into the wall. And then said that is for that one guy that couldn't stop saying big threes. Doesn't belong here.
Real cat jumped on my lap. Yeah, I'd say that too. Kind of like you, right?
Wow.
Nope, I don't own a cat.
A Cadillac converter.
If I was Scott, I would just kick that bitch. And let him have the rest of the season off. But that's me.
Is the restart on green or on leader? I forget.
It's on leader and you have lane choice.
All I say is at least Scott can read a clock and knows when the race starts and doesn't show up an hour late.
Yeah, if I'm leader, lane choice, you just have to be within 3 and 4.
Trevor Trago takes control of the race in the black and purple machine. He gets to restart it between 3 and 4. Blake Giglio going to try and guess the timing. Not a very good jump by Trevor Trago. Blake Giglio gets it going. Trevor's had issues on restarts before, and there it is, showing up again. Did not get going in that 91. Allows Blake Giglio to take the lead, and that's usually the end of the race in these things. Blake very fast. It's a little contact from Hayden into Lucas. Brad Wilson trying to catch back up to Lucas, as that is a battle for the playoffs, the 51 and 97. Both underlined in blue. It's because they are battling one another. Really been our best battle for these playoffs. Oh, Ian Montrose gets into the back of Hayden, gets him a little out of shape. Hayden hangs on to it. Trevor Trago under attack from Brad Wilson. Brad trying to catch that red and black 97, and Hayden Lowell's going to turn him.
I'm fucked.
Hayden Lowell just wiped out Brad Wilson. And that is going to hurt Brad in the championship, as he now falls to 8th. Unfortunate for the Shine guys is Hayden.
Scott, you could have dodged that for driving with the wrong head.
Is this guy still going after Scott? Just
Keep
fucking
talking, Cody. You're not racing next week anyway, so keep talking.
Just fucking kick him at this point.
Just saying what you said, man. Keep talking. Put me on timeout, Daddy.
He's literally begging for it. Someone's going for the title of New Joseph Pratt.
All leagues are currently accepting applications for the new club.
100%, Zach. I mean, just fucking kick him.
Kind of forgot I'm on. Yep, that's me. Hayden's stupid. Hayden's an asshole. Blame me. Also, can I get an EOL?
It's right there in the last name, Hayden Lowe.
Oh, Scott. You're better than that.
Well, that made my playoff berth much easier. Blake, stop talking shit.
Yes, please do.
And we get resumed. Blake Giglio jumps out to the lead over the 97. Lucas giving him a little tap. Lucas now enjoying a 3-car lead over the 51 of Brad Wilson. Damon Nagel riding third. Made his way up from the back. Damon almost assuredly now going to move on. Trevor Trago riding fourth. Montrose gives a little nudge to Wilson. Wilson probably wishing people would stop hitting him. Giglio out front of Hoitzman, Nagel, Trago, Wilson, your top 5. Then Montrose, Scott Rankin, Hayden Lowell, Scott Elston, and then Nathan Lafayette. Top 2 still nose to tails. We get to halfway. Cody Ernest now trying to get banned from YouTube as well. Keep it up. Doing his best Joseph Pratt impersonation.
I'm sorry.
Damon Nagel getting contact, going around.
Damon Boot Trap.
Boot Trevor. Damon checked up through the corner. Trevor Trago rolled into him.
There, I actually took myself out.
Trevor. Not going well suddenly. He gets a rig rotation, bounces off of Ian. Ian loses the nose. Scott Rankin gets into him, his own teammate.
All good.
He bounced off Lafayette. Trevor Trago brings out the caution. Quite the struggle there.
Watch him. He's going to miss another shift in that restart, kill a bunch more cars. You better kick him now.
Hey, no one's behind me, so I won't get hit this time.
Trevor, did you forget how to drive dirt all of a sudden?
He was playing COD 3/4 of the way through the practice session, and had never raced the track before.
So not surprised. Several cars coming out for those fast repairs. Ian Montrose, Lafayette, and the 91 of Trevor Trago. Just past halfway in feature 2. Blake Giglio in familiar territory out in the lead. Lucas Hoyce was second. And don't look now, but Brad Wilson's right on his back bumper. Hopefully Brad doesn't do anything stupid. Seen enough shenanigans tonight.
I entered a close pit, but I don't think I would have made it around any other way, so...
Top.
Sorry. Yeah.
Alright, 6 cars lined up 2 by 2 and then 4 in a line. Strange looking, but that's because the cars that went to the pit lane there had to get black flags cleared. Green flag back out in the air. Blake chose the top. Lucas, a bit of a struggle on the restart. Brad Wilson got alongside him, but nothing more so far. Damon Nagel trying to take second around the middle line there that he found in feature 1. Hayden Lowell trying to follow him through, and Lucas in quite the battle. There's the 51 right behind him. Wilson needs to find a way around this 97 if he wants to stay in contention for a championship next week. A little bit of contact from Hayden Lowell into the 86, and where have we seen that tonight? Hayden's been a wrecking ball. Let's call him Miley Cyrus on the night. Lucas making that lower lane ever so viable, just getting a little bit at a time on the 86. Brad Wilson now, he's gone all the way to the top to try and find a run. Briefly had that outside lane on Hayden, but he knew Hayden was coming up, so he checked up into the corner. See, the nose and tail of that 51 car is beat to hell. No Blake's out front, but this is where the fun is. Damon Nagel, Lucas Weissman, Hayden Lowell, Brad Wilson. This group deciding who moves on to the next championship round with the 97 and 51. Hayden running middle, Brad still trying to find that high lane. Problem is he needs to get a clean exit, and he keeps running up on Hayden when he takes that line. This time following the tire tracks of the 97.
Good.
Looks like Hayden's giving ground to the 51. So now Wilson could go back to the top. Try to get a run now. Laps winding down, 10 to go. Brad does go back to the top. We'll see what he can do. Keeps that shine machine wound up on top. He's going to have to try and run down the 97 for his playoff life. Oh no, not now, Lucas. Not now. Lucas has a major blink. Oh no, Lucas. Oh, he's back.
Lucas, you were gone that whole backstretch.
Yeah, I know, it does that every like 5 minutes, I don't know why.
That was definitely hold your breath time. Damon Nagel continues to battle for that second spot. 51 Brad Wilson rooting for that 86, and Wilson threw it into the corner trying to make up a ton of ground. And unfortunately, he didn't want to be that guy, backed off of Lucas. That's the fortunate thing. The unfortunate part is when he got out of it, it cost him a ton of time, and now he's all out of rhythm. One Ian Montrose gets into him.
I did not mean to do that at all. I'm so sorry.
And Brad Wilson has basically thrown it away.
I totally did not mean to do that. I'm sorry, Brad.
Now Lucas can relax. He doesn't even have to fight Damon Nagel that much anymore. Plenty of space between the two of them. Should be all that the 97 needs. Should be Blake Giglio, Lucas Weissman, Damon Nagel, and Ian Montrose moving on to the final four based on how things run right now. Blake nice and tidy through 1 and 2. running it right by the tires now. Damon and Lucas switched ends. Lucas still rolling that bottom. Here he's going to slide up the top. Here comes the 86 back to the inside. Damon Nagel. What's up, Ethan? Welcome in, buddy. It's been a quiet, normal night. Nothing ever different, except we had to boot a guy out of this race for intent wrecking Scott. Like, Scott's the world's nicest guy for the most part. Why would you have to intent wreck Scott? I don't get it. Blake Giglio roll in the corner. Typical Blake kind of night. Finished second feature number 1 to Damon Nagel. Feature number 2 looks like it's going to go Blake's way. Damon's trying to get second here.
Okay, I'm sorry, Scott.
Keep it rolling, you're good.
My bad.
Ian bounced it off of Scott a little bit.
All good.
White flag in the air. Blake Giglio through 1 and 2. On to the back stretch. Going to roll the bottom line through 3 and 4. Blake Giglio, the number 16 M9 Performance Machine, going to get the win in feature 2. Lucas Heusler going to hold off Damon Nagel for the second spot. And Damon Nagel finishes third. Hayden Lowell bounce off of everything but the kitchen sink and finish fourth. Scott Rankin going to get a top 5. Trevor Trago 6th. Brad Wilson 7th. Scott Elston battling Ian Montrose across the line. I don't know who got it. I think Scott got it. Then Ian Montrose, then Lafayette. And that is your top 10. Blake Giglio, feature 2 winner. Let's go have a chat. As soon as he disappears, look at that. Trying to show off his car. This guy.
Top 3 to the waiting room for your interviews, and we'll see you next week.
Hi, Blake.
How's it going?
It's going good. Well, that looked like a lot of fun out there. You're able to make it work, getting the passes made, running that bottom lane, and you come away with the win in feature number 2. How was it out there?
Well, good. I think I predicted it kind of how I thought it was going to go. And I told you, I think I was going to be better in the second one. As soon as the grip went down and you actually had a throttle control, I thought I was going to have a good shot at it, and I'm just glad we were able to pull that off there and get a win tonight.
Yes, sir. Second and a first tonight, so great for your points. Most likely moving on against Nathan Lafayette since you beat him in all 4 rounds. Should be pretty good.
Should be enough.
Should be pretty good. All right, bud. Hit me with those friends, family, sponsor shout-outs, and let me know how excited you are about moving on to the championship.
Well, I'm very excited to move on to the championship. This is a series I really wanted to win the championship in this year. I think we won it last year, so to be able to go back-to-back would be pretty cool. I want to give a shout out to Damon for putting this thing on along with Scott.
Act like you never done an interview before.
I know, I drank some Coke and all of a sudden freaking can't talk.
Sure, that's what you drank.
Hell yeah. Anyway, so shout out to them guys putting on this series. They do a great job. I'm really looking forward to what they got in store, for the rest of the year and the next season, obviously. You for broadcasting every week and everything you do. The double duties probably takes a while. Takes some good energy tonight. So shout out to you. CDC Racing, Legendary Sports, M9 Performance. Everyone's on the car, all my teammates, and hopefully we can go get an Xfinity win here.
10-4. We'll see Xfinity a little bit. Chicagoland. Good luck, sir.
Thanks.
Put him in some random chat. Go grab Lucas. Luke, DG, you got a copy?
Yep.
Well, we got it in P2 tonight in that old number 97. How was it out there?
It was pretty crazy. That second feature, no, I was saying that hopefully the track changes. Well, it definitely did. It swung straight to the bottom, and I love when it goes to the bottom. So that was a lot of fun. I had a ton of fun in feature 2, and me and Damon battling there was probably the highlight of the season for me. That was a ton of fun going side by side with him for like 20 laps.
Without wrecking.
Without wrecking. We barely even doored each other. It was awesome.
Well, congrats on the strong P2 run in there. I'm glad you had some fun finally. And you got this friends, family, sponsor shout-outs for that old P2?
Yes, sir. Big shout-out to Quinn at 712 Breaks, you for broadcasting, Damon and Scott for all they do in this series. Excited for next season in a different car. And, yeah, that's about it.
10-4. Looks like you'll be moving on to take on a championship next week. Got to go up against that Blake fella. How you feel about that?
Oh, yeah. I think my playoff run has ended.
Well, making the championship 4 is a good season, yeah?
Oh, yeah. I'm still going to be excited. It's going to be a fun one.
10-4. All right. We'll see you a little bit later on in Xfinity. Good luck, sir.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Send Luke back down to his chat and try to track down Mr. 86, Damon Nagel. Damon, DG, got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Well, we get to talk to you twice in one night. How cool is that?
It's pretty cool. I got lucky with some timely called cautions.
That's easy for you to say.
Yeah. I thought I was going to be at the back of the pack when I got spun to the inside, but the caution came out and gave me my position back.
Well, that's always nice. Gotta love iRacing when they give you gifts like that.
Yeah, it
Nope.
made it fun.
No, it's really annoying when you're the guy getting passed by gifts like that. But hey, comes and goes, right?
That's true. That is very true.
All right. Well, congrats on that P3 finish in the old Trevor Project machine. You got the Friends Family sponsor shout-outs for it?
Fort Worth Screen Printing for sponsoring this series. EU for broadcasting. Scott. Trevor Project, out front Minnesota. It was a fun race. It was spicy. Tempers got the best of some people, but it was still fun.
Yeah, we had a full-blown Thomas Pratt moment tonight. That was crazy.
Yeah, I was probably Scott. It just felt like everyone was hitting everyone tonight. It was kind of fun, but it was spicy.
It made for good broadcasting. I'll tell you that. Good content.
Yeah.
Well, congrats on the strong P3. Congrats on a good season. Looks like you've done enough to move on to the Championship 4 next week. How excited are you for that?
I'm excited, but I know I'm not going to be able to keep up with them at Knoxville. It's not the best track for me.
You never know. They might give you a full Joey Logano championship, take each other out, and next thing you know, you're winning.
That, I would be okay with that. Send off dirt street stocks in style. That'd be fun.
All right, buddy. Congrats on that. You going to run Xfinity tonight, or are you taking the night off?
I'm taking the night off.
All right. Well, then we'll see you back here next week. Good luck, sir.
Have a good one.
Damon Nagle in 86, finishing in third. Clear out that button there. All right, yep, there it goes. And look at our results for Feature 2. It'll eventually pop up. There it goes. Yay. Oh, there we go. Blake Giglio, Lucas Lewis with Damon Nagle on the podium. Hayden Lowell and Scott Rankin get at top fives in Feature 2. Then Trevor Traeger, Brad Wilson, Scott Elson, Ian Montrose, and Nathan Lafayette. Your 10 cars from tonight's race. Hope you enjoyed tonight's Dirt Street Track broadcast. And we will see you next week for the championship. Hope you guys stick around for that. We appreciate you so much. And have a good one. All right. Back to the YouTubes. Shut down. We can get music back on.